Great morning. It is Tuesday, October 6th. I'm going to pull from the Sacred World, Quantum, and Sacred Awakening. And let's see what the pointing of the topic is this morning. First card out is Seal. Next is Letting Go. Compassion. Okay, so what we're getting this morning is sometimes in compassion we just have to let go of what's going on there. You know, sometimes we have to dive deep, go under the surface, okay? Things are not so always readily right there on the surface. And sometimes, you know, you can have those that, like this morning, I had somebody on the line. They think they're the Enlightenment police telling me, you have hate, you hate this, you hate. I don't have hate for anyone, okay? But I'm not going to let them sit there and continue on my channel. And they come on. So today I just dove deep and let them go. Sent them on their way. Okay. And basically said, well, what's in your mind? This is your projection. I don't hate anyone. She goes, you're name calling, you're this, you're that. Look, nobody asked you to be here. You know, you don't have to watch my channel. You can go elsewhere. If it's, you know, hurting your sensibilities, then, you know, go elsewhere. So I cut her off out of compassion, that, you know, because all she does is sits here and winds up the mind, you know, wanting to post this nonsense of her projections and her things, you know. And again, it's better just to cut them off, let them go, send them on their way, okay, and dive deep. Okay, dive deep. Sometimes, like I said, you got to go under the surface. You know, people have, again, such mistaken notions about realization. What a realized being's going to do and not do, etc. What they're going to say, what they're not going to say. but I can tell you, there are ones like Nityananda, not the Avadut, not not the not the one that's running away and hiding and doing all the nonsense that's wanted by the police. But yeah, Nityananda, the Avadut, is a realized being. And you know what he would tell them? Excuse my language, but this is exactly what he would say. They would come and want this and want that, and and he had somebody there that would help him, would take care of him, would be there, and he had it with these people. He'd tell them, tell the sister effers to go away. In no uncertain terms. Yes, that's what he said. Tell the sister effers to go away. Okay. So no, you don't expect them to always cater to your poor little ego. Okay. Enlightened beings do not have to cater to your wounded little egos, and you are in no position to be the enlightenment police. Okay, just put it that way. Enlightenment is, everything breaks down, and there's no more illusions about Maya, about this world, about, all of that stuff is gone and the baggage is gone like that. Boom. Okay. So, again, so many mistaken notions about it. It frees one up. It frees one up out of their illusions and the dramas that they held. It doesn't mean that it is going to change their personality. If you didn't like them before enlightenment, you wouldn't like them after enlightenment. Okay? Oh my goodness. But anyway, the same thing. Out of the compassion, you try to give what can be given to aid people forward in their own journeys. And again, sometimes it's best in some situations just to let go of it rather than continuing to fight against it and have all that drama. And especially if it's somebody that wants to, again, become very judgmental in your realm. You don't have to put up with their nonsense. You can let them go. Okay? Dive deep. Dive below the surface. The surface of Maya, this world, there's always going to be waves. Okay? There's always going to be waves there. So, in realization, you're aware of the waves, but you're also aware of the depth where it's still, where it's silent. Okay? Sometimes in your journey, you just have to dive deeper. Okay? If you're on the surface and there's so many waves and it's buffeting you here, buffeting you there, let go of whatever is there for the time, dive under the surface, get to some quietude, and, go forward with your life. If you are someone that, like I said, can't take the stress, that If you reply to one of the Trumpites and it gets to you, then don't do it. Okay? Don't do it then. Okay? Leave it to those that this is like water off a duck's back. No biggie. Okay? Again, people think that in realization that you're going to see everything as beautiful, it's perfect. Well, in one way it is. But it doesn't mean that you don't jump into the fray on occasion. Okay? Again, when everything dismantles, some people will become more into social programs. And some will just sit there and, kind of sit there and be happy watching a tree. There is no one dynamic of how it's going to be, how it has to be. Okay? They can participate in society or withdraw from it and be done with it and say, But you can't judge based on looks, based on personality, based on any of those things as to one's consciousness. Okay? But I can tell you, absolutely, you cannot hate anyone. You don't have hate. You can, I am not thrilled with Donald Trump's behavior. I'm very vocal about that. Do I hate the person? No, you cannot have hate. You just simply don't. Okay? It's not in the makeup any longer. It's not possible. Okay? So yeah, one enters into more of that depth. That depth is always present. And one knows that all these ripples on the water are transient. They're transient things, okay? So one can be aware of the ripples, be engaging in it, and still have that center of stillness that remains there. That's the way it is, okay? So the path, part of the path is about letting go of a lot of that drama that fuels one when you're still within the ego frame of thinking I am this body, I'm this separate entity, I am, with your personal story line, your soap opera that you're playing out. As long as you're playing out that soap opera, okay, then there is further to go. Okay. Again, enlightenment is no more than waking up and that personal soap opera is done. It's like you reach the end of the film and it's just going and you just see the light on the screen and the rest of that film is gone. It's done. Okay? And one enters into a different consciousness, a different state of awareness. Okay? Yeah. So while you're on the path, the big part of the path is witness state, entering witness state, and then watching what comes and how it affects you. Watch where the thoughts come from and where do they go to. And when you have this thought, how is it affecting your emotions? How is it affecting your physiology? Okay? If you watch, you'll see that anger or fear will cause this adrenaline surge. Okay? And when you get the adrenaline surge, then what happens to the thoughts? Okay? When you are in a state of mind of you're thinking on some thought, and it brings up all this emotional baggage and package. When that thought goes away, where did all of that go? So how much reality does it really have? It only has life when you're paying attention to it and feeding it, giving it energy. That's why sometimes you have to, again, dive deeper and witness. And once you start witnessing and seeing how this engages mind into mind play and all this drama, the more that you witness and you question and you go deeper than that, the more the mind becomes still until realization takes place and the mental spin is gone. Okay? No mental spin. It's just quiet from that time on. Okay? There's no internal dialogues going on. And that's the reality of the state, what remains. Okay? But it's a very long journey to get there. And it takes, like I said, meditation, which helps one to start to still, so that one can go into witness state and can observe and question. And instead of, like Ramana said, who is this I? Who am I? Who am I? Question, focus on that. I say, what is this I? Focus on what is this I? What comprises the ego? What is holding it together, holding it intact? So you continue to play out this soap opera that one has played out for lifetimes. Okay? So what is this I? And then you look at these things in neti-neti. Whatever is changing cannot be the eternal is. The eternal divine is. Okay? So are your emotions changing? Yes. Not the divine is. Okay? So you continue to watch these things. Neti-neti. It's not this, it's not this, it's not this, it's not this. And eventually you come to the point where that breaks, and then one is propelled into beyond the hold of the realm of Maya. Okay? Like I said, all of a sudden there's no you, no world, no, there's only the divine is. That's what you're aware of. Okay? And I can't say you're aware of it because it makes it sound like it's something separate. It's not something separate. All of that dismantles. Okay? And there's only that divine is. And then the illusion, the delusion of this sleep into Maya realm breaks. Okay? Then one comes back and then one enters what's called the play of God. You can get in and you can play. Okay? You can jump in full force and come out again unscathed. Okay? So again, it's a different consciousness. Where one has more of an ability to see things without getting caught up, without losing the forest for the trees, okay? So anyway, I hope this has helped someone along the way with their own journey to realization, okay? Again, you have to enter witness state, and then you start looking, observing these things, okay? Neti, neti, not this. Whatever is changeable is not the divine is. Okay? So keep tearing it apart until you get to that which is unchanging, eternal, complete, whole as it is. Okay? That divine energy, the life of all life and the death of all death. When you find that, okay, then the rest of it breaks and you're done with it. Okay? Then you're done with it. Okay? So thank you for tuning in and spending some time with me. Gotta, Lord only knows what it is this time. Every time a 213 number comes up, I know that it is a yeah, it's always some sort of a scam drama trying to sell you something. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to leave this here. And I will see you online. Thanks for tuning in and spending some time with me. If you enjoyed the channel, hit the thumbs up. You know, if you just want to be here and argue, you know, I'm going to cut you loose. And so you have your energy to go play somewhere else. Okay. Anyway. So everyone have a great day. And of course we wish the best for everyone. Even that crazy tangerine tyrant that's there, that is so whacked out today on steroids. That little stunt when he came back last evening. They need to seriously consider Article 25 because he's not in his right mind to do anything. Now he's flying high and manic, and you're going to see him get even crazier. You know, at the very beginning of these, I was saying, watch, towards the end, they may be taking him out of the White House in a straitjacket, drooling on himself. And this may come to what it's going to be if he keeps taking all these steroids and stuff, and it can affect you, put you in psychosis, mania. So we may wind up taking him out, drooling on himself. Okay, so we'll see what happens. This is such a big soap opera. Anyway, love and light. See you online.